I'm basic today. Welcome to Tea Time. I'm Secret.
And I'm Pamela.
Welcome to 2015. Today we're going to be talking about embarrassing moments. We all like to reminisce and remember.
Do you get embarrassed easily?
I feel like I'm just perpetually like an embarrassment, so I've come pretty numb to anything. Nothing really phases me because I do it all the time. Constantly fall, I'm very clumsy, constantly running into everything, so no, I'm not embarrassed easily.
Same boat.
But when I am, you know it's embarrassing.
I actually don't get embarrassed in the sense that most people do. I was studying abroad in Mexico for a month a few summers back. I sat down at the dinner table. The mother was cooking and the father came home from work, and you know, he was in his like suit and tie, and he said, okay, well, I'm gonna go change and then I'll come back for dinner. And he came in with like sweats and like a baseball cap and like a puffer vest and was like, want tequila? Tequila? Anybody want tequila? And he sat down and we were all just kind of talking a little bit, and he said, did you know that I'm the mayor? And I was like, yeah, right. I found out the next day that he was in fact the mayor, and I made an ass of myself in front of him in his home at his dinner table.
You got kicked out.
Yeah. I just got sent back to the US and I was like, God up. That's what you did. No, but he was very sweet and I apologized and he said, no, it's fine. I'm just a jokester. I do it to myself. It was the mayor. The mayor. And I was just like, yeah, right. You're not the mayor. His own home.
My embarrassing moment happened in high school, and we had pep rallies all the time after school, and then afterwards you would leave and go down kind of like this concrete staircase. And I was walking with my friend and her boyfriend and this guy that I really liked, and I had this big ass bag, you know,
tote kind of thing.
Tote, yeah, a big ass tote. And we were just talking about sliding down the railing of the stairs. I'm like, oh yeah, I do it all the time. Like, I'm bossa nova at sliding down rails. And they're like, prove it. I'm like, aight. So I get on the rail, confident as all get out, because I actually do rock at rail sliding. Me and my dumbass forget that I have this huge other person on my arm, and I just start going, and I fall down these freaking cement staircase. Like, ouch. Oh my gosh, I land so hard on my ass. I like had to do that. It was like one of those instant cries. They're like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And I'm like holding back these tears, and I'm like trying to laugh, and I'm like, just made an ass of myself in front of this guy, and literally like ass hurts. And okay, it's okay. It seared into my brain as one of the most embarrassing moments of my life.
I'm so glad we weren't friends then. Still talk to that kid, or like, do you
no,
know him? What's
God,
going on in his life?
no. I mean, I see him occasionally on Facebook, and he was kind of always a douchebag, so it's probably a good thing that I fell and made a fool of myself. But that's usually my embarrassing moments, is I'm in front of a guy.
Back when I was working at a church nursery, basically I would take care of the infants while their parents attend mass, and typically the coordinator or the shift manager or whoever was in charge of taking the fitted sheet that goes on the baby changing pad and would take it home and wash it, and she ever said that, you know, if she's ever not there, that one of us needs to step up and do it. And so there was a day that she wasn't there because she was sick, and so I took the responsibility and I took it home and I washed it, and I was like, perfect, I have a load of laundry to do, I'll just throw it in there. That next day I have to go to work and I'm rushing as usual, and I grab the fitted sheet, put it in a bag, take it to work my next shift, and then the next week I go back and I get to work, and the lead comes up to me and she says, I need you to come with me. And I was like, this is weird. She's never done this before. Why is she taking me to the closet? Like, this is a weird place to meet. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. And she holds up in a Ziploc bag a thong of mine. And I was horrified. And she was like, is this yours? And I'm just like, oh, all I can say is, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. She said, just check things before you bring them to work. And I said, okay. An old lady who was my manager at a church nursery holding up a pair of my underwear that's all lacy and a smiley face on the crotch. At least they were clean. They were right out of the dryer, so.
Yeah. They were clean. This is so recent that I am still mortified. Like, I don't even
Want to talk about
I
it?
don't want to talk about it. Oh my gosh, I just feel like such an asshole. I work at a salon and we get not free services, but we can schedule services for ourselves with stylists and whatnot. So I had a coworker ask me if one of the stylists had time for her hair to get done. And me being the asshole that I am was like, earlier that day I had noticed like a pretty fair share of new growth on this particular person, and it was all gray, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I never knew her to be like all gray. Like, she has to have color or her hair would be completely gray. And I was like, well, they could apply the color, but they wouldn't be able to like style you out or anything. And then another coworker was like, she didn't say anything about getting her hair colored, and I was like, oh my gosh, she meant to like get it washed and blow dried. I was like, I am so sorry. I just felt like such an asshole. I felt so bad, and to this day I'm just like, like, words can't even describe. I know. It's like, I'm so sorry. She took it very nicely. I mean, she knew. She's like, well, I do have to get my color done, but she did not say that she needed to get her color done. So, yeah, that was a fun day.
Hotties of the week. My hottie of the week is my mom. Her birthday was January 6th, and she's
happy birthday, Mrs. Pam's mom.
she's just the buttonest of the buttons. So it seems like we had a pretty good birthday for her. She's just a wonderful woman and just a wonderful example of just being a badass bitch. So
my hottie of the week is the musician Hosier. One of my good friends and I, we went to Austin for New Year's, and the entire way we listened to his CD, and his vocals are ridiculous. I had heard the Take Me to Church single a year ago, like before it was even on, you know,
before it was cool.
Yeah. And I just thought it was just such like this fresh new sound, and I love the lyrics. I like lyrics. So I fell in love with this song, and then my friend introduced me to like the rest of his CD. He just has this unique sound. He really touches base on so many genres and like deep South New Orleans jazz, which I love. His voice is just so soulful and like touched by God. Whew. And he sounds like that live. So him being as legit as he freaking is, he's just absolutely phenomenal, and his music makes me so happy.
P.S. Keep the cup half full.
Stay sweet.
Bye, sweeties.
Holy crap, that scared me.
It's not gonna happen.
As far as you know.
No, I know that it's not.
I'm a boss ass bitch, 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 bitch.